Welcome to BCB Live. Yes, we are that safest station in the nation.
Hey everybody, and welcome to BCB Live, the safest station in the nation. Drive safe, Dave here on a beautiful, I think it's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I believe it's Wednesday, on a beautiful Wednesday here in downtown Mansfield at the studios of BCB Live. We are here to bring you some excitement, to bring you some joy, and to bring you a little bit of safety. But before we get started, let's talk a little bit about what's going on. This is something that I always love to talk about, and that is the fact that yesterday we reported that the FMCSA had released their speed limit that they were going to give for speed limiters. And yes, you know what they did by the end of yesterday? They pulled it back from the report. They have now not sure that 68, they said, well, maybe we'll redact that from the report. I just want to let y'all know we reported what it was, and that as of yesterday, they actually redacted it and said, you know what, we've made a mistake. That might be the limit, but we're not sure what it is yet. So guess what? They pulled it back from the report. So it is no longer 68 miles an hour. I just want you to know that we're not the only ones out there making mistakes. Every one of us seems to make a mistake, and even the FMCSA seems to have made a little bit of a boo-boo in their report that they finalized and sent out. It looks like it got sent out one more time, a little bit sooner than the final edit. So that came back and redacted. So 68 is now, as we reported yesterday, is not the official speed of the speed limiters. So we're not sure. And by the way, they didn't tell us what the speed limit would be. They just said it's under review and under discussion, and we still have far to go. So it's not the final report that we were hoping for from the FMCSA. So there you go, in and of itself. I'll tell you what, we'll be back right after this. I'm going to go ahead and jump really quick to a commercial, and when we come back, we'll go into a little bit of the news and what's going on today here at BCB Live, the safest station in the nation.
What if it was different?
We get a bad rap from those pesky lawyers. I'm David Dover. The Sledge. It ain't pretty when you get detained at the shipper or receiver for hours on end. How many holidays did you spend over the road away from the family?
Call David Dover, the Sledgehammer, to report a driver that's done something right.
All right, and welcome back. And by the way, I know you probably didn't notice here at BCB Live, Drive Safe Dave is once again running a little bit solo. I thought maybe you might have missed my partner in crime, but my partner in crime is out there running around getting some things done. But it is me here, and I'm going to give you the full show, going to give you everything I got to make sure you're informed as to what's happening. All right, just so you know, I just want everybody to realize it looks like the Senate leaders have reached a deal. But yes, shutdown is still expected because they do see some resistance in the House from the hard line of the right. So we've got a little bit of work to do. I'm going to tell you what, and I'm going to reach out there and just talk to you guys for a second. You know, these guys represent you every day. That's what they do. It's a republic. It's a democratic republic, which means we are a democracy based upon representation. And your representatives need to hear from you sometimes about what they need to do. It wouldn't be a bad idea to go out there and reach out and let them know that a shutdown is not acceptable. Because I'm telling you, so you're going to have air traffic controllers go out there and work and not get paid. To fly dangerous aircraft in the sky, but not get paid for the work that they do. That to me is unacceptable. It's unacceptable that something like this be the leverage point on getting deals done in Congress. This should not be, people's wages should not be how we manage and how we do get deals done out here in Congress. There are other ways to do that. And if this is how you get business done, this is how we don't need to get it done. call your representative, let them know, hey, just letting you know, I don't think this is a good idea, and I don't want you to represent me in a holdout for a shutdown of the United States government. What is that? That doesn't even make sense. All right, so certain military is not supposed to be paid. Air traffic controllers not supposed to be paid. People that work, we're going to have shut down your food. By the way, the FDA won't be able to make sure your food's safe. How's that okay for your children and your family? I'm not okay with any of this. What I am okay with is guys getting a deal done, doing the hard work that's necessary, because I know you're out there doing hard work. I want you to make sure that you're recognized for it. Okay, that's enough of that on politics, but I will tell you it's okay to let your representative know what you think out there in Congress today. Always make your voice heard. Always let people know how important the job is and the job that you do. All right, hey, let's talk a little bit about technology. You know, my buddy Bob's over there been talking about technology on his program for a bunch today. He's out there mentioning how important technology can play a big and vital role, not only in the safety of what goes on out there, but I'm telling you, it involves our everyday lives. And I think some of the awesome things about technology that we can utilize are some of the apps that we carry around on our personal computers all the time. And I'm not talking about laptops. I'm talking about those little iPads, and your phones. I mean, you're talking about things that we use and now that we seem to take for granted. All the way out here, broaden the camera a little bit because I want to get as much of this as I can. This Loves app. I mean, you can check for us here in trucking. You can go, and they've got all apps for all of the big trucking companies, but you can go and check fuel prices immediately. You can check and see if showers are available, right? You can see what's going on at a glance of a notice by just checking on the app and seeing what's happening. I think it's great. And you know, we always talk about radar. We always talk about weather apps. Here's one of the new weather apps out there called My Radar. It's being considered one of the best out in the program. It's getting a lot of great reviews. I think maybe it's always good. You know how many lives are saved every year by being forewarned on adverse weather? And I'm talking tornadoes, I'm talking thunderstorms, I'm talking hurricanes, evacuations. I mean, guess how many lives get saved every year because of our technology and weather? And then you have stuff like Google Maps. I know you guys use this stuff when you're out there pre-planning and looking at it, and you can even get an image of the ground. You can even get an image of the parking lot. You can get an image of the terrain. You can get an image of what gate to go through, and you can look at all of this stuff through a satellite image here on Google Maps. Also, you can find out, you can look at miles and maps, and you can look at how to get there. Those are all great. And look, we got the Catscale app up. Use My Way, My Truck, so you can pay for your app and pay for everything as you're doing it. I mean, I'm telling you right now, some of these applications are necessary and they get the job done when it comes to, I've got to get my little earpiece back in here so I can get all of the right messages from the booth, because the booth runs the show. I just do the show. And then you've got Macro Point. Macro Point, I guess most of you truck drivers out there and most of you people in the trucking industry know what Macro Point is. You use it a lot if you're running loads or if you're running a broker load or if you're running out there. Macro Point helps them locate where the load is and to get real-time information to make good and valued decisions on what's going on. And then we also have, which one is this one? Fitbit. Oh yeah, this is one I'm not using. This one, obviously, I'm not using, but you know what? It's a great way to check your health out. I use the one on my phone, the little heart app. It tells me how many steps I've done and how many, but it also helps us keep track and monitor how we treat ourselves. And I think it's very important that we continue to do things like that and also measure it. And these apps are everyday devices to help you become better informed out there. And then also, and here's one of my favorite, Yelp. This is going to tell you how you can, what restaurants are good, what is valued, how many people have good reviews. Look, here's the deal, and let's talk about it for real and for a minute. It's a lot of fun. You can use a lot of apps. You can do a lot of things with your technology that you have, but it is here to stay, and it's here to help us be better at what we do. It can save lives. It can help us pre-plan and be safe. It can help us get the shortest distance between 2 points. It can help us create better decisions based upon the technology that we have out there, and it's just going to improve. These ELD devices have created a genre, I mean, a whole world of information and data out there to help create better for the trucking industry and give in real time the information to make great decisions. And I think it's just going to continue to evolve. The technology is forever here. It's forever in our lives. We just have to figure out a great way to incorporate it so that we can make great and valued decisions. I want each of you to realize that I know we goof around and I know we use the TikTok app probably too much down a rabbit hole, but I think it's necessary for all of us to understand that these small little bitty buttons create so much diversity in our knowledge and in the way we perform our everyday lives. It's incredible. I can't even think about how much it has changed over the last 25 years. I remember when there weren't iPhones. I remember when the cell phones were something bulky and big, and I remember the phone booths, and I remember the pagers, and I remember the things like that. But I'm telling you, it's been all for the good. I'm in better contact with my loved ones. I can FaceTime my kids. I can do things that I have never done before. I can have information up at a moment's notice. I can know about the good and the bad. I can know about what it is in real time, what's going on in the world. And I think you need to continue to strive to take advantage of the things that help you. Get out there, identify some apps that may help you, apply some of the technology to your life, and you'll see that it's there just to help you, to benefit you, and to create a better world. It's to create a better world for you, and it's going to help connect us all, to make us better for each other. And I think that's ultimately the responsibility for each of us, is to be better for the next person, to be better for your neighbor, and to be better for you. That's what we do here by being safe at BCB Live. That's what we do for you. We're trying to create a new genre and a new way to bring the technology to you, to create safety in your lives, to create safety to make it better for you, and to create safety so that it is at the forefront of what you think about every day, so that you get home to your families and that you can find a better way to do this business that we do every day in transportation. These are fantastic. These are great. Continue to find them. And if you have some that you want to talk about, send them to me. Send them to us here at bcblive.tv. Send them over here. Let us know what you see. Let us know some of the technology. And you know what? We'll find these people. We'll get them on the show, and we'll talk to them about some of their awesome apps that you found to help create your world better, your world safer, and your world a little bit more at ease. Isn't it great to know that you can just kind of, I'll tell you the one that my wife loves. It's the one where she can get online and it'll do the shopping for her, and all she's got to do is pick it up at the store. Saves her time, energy, and it makes her happy. And you know what? As long as she's happy, Big Dave's happy over here at Drive Safe Dave. So find some of these technologies that help you. Find some of these apps, and if you find something that you really like, something that we haven't talked about, let us know what it is. We'll talk about it here on the show, because I think it's important that you give us the information to be successful as well. All right, let's talk about the weather real quick just for a second. Look, we've got this high pressure system still pushing down here in the south. As you can see, it is clear for the next few days. You can see that the temperature over the water is creating this upward disturbance and is keeping the rain out there off the coast. You've got a little bit over the Mississippi Valley and into the Ohio Valley over the next day or two. But other than that, most of the country looks clear. Most of the country is sitting under a high pressure system, and most of the country is going to be a little bit warmer. Look, you've got a little bit warmer here trend. You got in the 70s, high 70s, high 80s, and air in the low 90s. And that's pretty warm considering the time of year as we've passed the autumnal equinox. I just like saying autumnal equinox. And then, that's one of my, it's a cool word. And actually, here we are in autumn. And it is just a little bit seasonably warm. We've had a seasonably hot summer, unseasonably hot summer, and it looks like we're going to start the autumn with a little bit of unseasonably warm. So as we progress through, we are looking for a little bit of low pressure to come in and relieve some of this, to get us some rain and to get us out of these drought weather conditions as we move forward. Hey, everybody, have a great, safe, and wonderful day here on a Wednesday. I look forward to seeing y'all later. I look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow here on BCB Live, the safest station in the nation.